bit of a weird, yeah.
What's your biggest transfer? And tell me, okay, no, what's your second biggest transfer? Because I believe we all know what the biggest one is, right?
Something with a bird that's green.
Yeah, something that's
Yeah.
not complicated. I could even say it's not complicated. The opposite of that.
There's one more actually. There's a couple. Yeah, there's a couple of rough ones, but yeah, we'll save that for another timeout as we are here. First map, Dust2. Let's dust it off as we get ready. sAw versus 9Pandas.
Early take control from Story. I believe he might get caught off here. Future behind him, trying to get him, but the USPs will not prevail in a duel versus the Glocks. I don't even know why would you attempt such a play, but Roman now is going to be the receiving end of the third headshot of a Glock this round. And now it's going to be Interiors trying to not do anything, just gets killed mid-air by Shalfei. And now, Dualies versus 5. Sheep, take it away.
This is, well, there's not much to take away. I think Agil would be very glad to get some takeaway now and just have a bit of a spot of dinner, you know, before round 2. At least with a full stomach. As a result, just sprays him down through the smoke. What a round from 9Pandas. Strategy call was probably just goal short, and the execution was absolutely perfect.
Yeah, I mean that's exactly kind of what we wanted from 9Pandas, to like step up on it, and I don't really know why sAw attempted that. Maybe they read maybe a previous strat from 9Pandas that usually like to take control of a long in pistols, but they just ran into was a complete destruction as we see a force spy here. Oh wow, CZ even in hand of Ujerks.
Oh boy, a CZ. The all and very often nothing weapon. As we might see it come into effect here. Taking a bit of a peek. I'm still not used to that angle, especially on the CT side. Right, the timing when you pop up there. I think we haven't seen it yet fully be worked out in these like the full potential of that position in the side takes, as those one taps happen quite easily. Nice shot by Delators. But yeah. Force buy is a bit of a weird one. Kind of understand, kind of like a lot don't understand.
I've got huge doubts about this, and in all transparency with you, I don't know what the game plan is, especially as they're playing default positions on the CT side, one short, one long, and they're just getting obliterated. Yeah, the Mactin will collect the kill, but the Galil did the huge chunk of that damage, and now, okay, they're playing Smooth Criminal in short. They're not going to find anything, I don't believe, as the turnaround is there in time. Nice control of the AK-47, and it's another 1 versus 5, this time Story. Let's see, is he gonna be spoiled, or is he gonna find a couple before he loses his HP? No, it's glowing, jumping around. Mac 10 collects a bit of extra dollars, and sAw back-to-back confusing rounds for me.
Yeah, full zeros across the board for sAw. You mentioned the word momentum a bit earlier. This is about as stuck as you can get. This is more of the immovable object than the unstoppable force sAw are right now. But of course, we haven't seen the full guns yet. We're gonna get a bit of an extension of the nothingness with round number 3. It's gonna be the full eco. And I'm mostly wondering, this is gonna be like the financials from 9Pandas. They're gonna be rich.
Maxed out, told me. Well, I think if Glowing finds a couple here, he's gonna be maxed out next round.
I mean, yeah, if you get some good get some interest rates, maybe. As Shalfei take down one more, and the mowdown is happening very nicely done, putting all the mech 10s on the head of that spear.
It's not even the fact that they're not managing to get a single kill for sAw. It's the fact that every single kill is going in the favor of the Mac 10 players. And I believe it's going to happen again. Yeah, like I said, Glowing gets 3, and look at his money. My God, that is an early Bitcoin investor.
Yeah. Oh my goodness, that is that's some good cash. He knows where to put his dollars. Well, I'm wondering if we are going to see some of these Mac 10s. I did see a weapon thrown. Yeah, we're gonna stick with the Mac 10s and the single AK on Delators. That's an interesting one. So, full default Corner smoke on short. Ooh, really thought that hit. Short control take, or long control taken.
Look at the Macton damage. 11 and 8 damage dealt. And somehow, in that exchange, the Macton comes on top of the damage. That's funny.
Put a scope on it. Put a scope on your Mac 10.
Oh, this is the other game. Sorry, no. We can't have scopes on every weapon, please.
Damn it. I wish we would.
No comment. No comment. I will abstain myself from saying anything else. I'm quite curious about 9Pandas actually going for this A-long control early on. It's not often you see teams do that with Galils and Mac 10s, but it's been working out, and there's smoke. They're walking through the smoke, and Shalfi is about to get an easy kill on the Roman when he decides to pull. Okay, nice play. Only a single kill in their favor, as there's another one push from short, and now Mutiris, he's getting sandwiched in from long and short. A second for Dial. And saving time, I believe, for sAw.
Yeah, and look at what you gain from this round as 9Pandas. You come into it with 2 Mac 10s, 2 Galils, and you leave it with an extra M4 and an AWP. This is free shopping. This is early Black Friday for 9Pandas. I mean, it's like, this is ridiculous. There's even going to be another M4 juggled over to iDisbalance. And... but this is a reckoning. If this can, I mean, call a timeout right now. I'd say there is 1 kill on the board for the CTs. We're 4 rounds deep, Waxen. This is not good.
1 kill in 4 rounds. This sounds kind of like my Face It games.
Yeah, but that's only you. This is all 5. Only
that is
1
true.
kill.
That is true. Yeah, I don't know what to say. I mean, they even lost the AWP.
There we go.
They saved the 2 rifles, but AWP gone. Story almost connected with that shot. I guess on the bright side, they're losing so hard that if they won, they could kind of force here.
I don't know if it would surprise 9Pandas that much. That is the problem that I consider. I think what you need to do now as sAw is take the bitter pill and not maybe buy a pistol or 2, which they are indeed going to do. But for the next, really focus on the round number 6, right? If you go 0-5 down, just take that. Swallow that bitter pill like it is your favorite candy. Take it, because it is... 5-0, yeah, it looks like a tough lead. You can absolutely recover from a 0-5, right? It's no worries. But
yes, but it's also, we were mentioning, we were hoping for 9Pandas to, okay? We have a boosted
I'll play.
It's going to connect
so
easy peasy.
The decoy, it works.
We were talking about the fact that 9Pandas want to get the bulk of the rounds on the CT side. If they get 5 right away here, which looks very likely to open up the map, it's definitely turning the game on its head.
Yeah, that would be quite the start to your second half. Pretty much guaranteed. We'll have a bit of a push on short. No head armor on most. It's gonna be a hefty fight. There you go. Finally some success. And delayed is catching a dink. Deciding better. And 5-7. Only 1. But the man advantage stays. sAw, they might surprise us here in round 5.
They've got the player advantage. This might have been the turnaround they needed. And nice angle from Mutiris. Just playing in front of the box with Agil on top of CT, and it's gonna be glowing just... Okay, why did we just walk into his crosshair, ladies and gentlemen? I have no answer for you.
Me neither. It's gonna be a 2 versus 2 now, and that kind of stops the possibility. iDisbalance playing it a bit risky, going for the face, but Agil only managing to catch a couple of dinks through the bricks. And trust me, bricks stop bullets, at least kind of well. No shot baited out. This is going to be quite easy to hold on to.
Oh my God.
Reckon. Yeah, very quick one, Roman. Well, he's going to need to be... There's going to need to be a barbaric entry. But iDisbalance stops them. 5-0 indeed. But we are seeing some better signs out of sAw.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, they quadrupled their kills in that round. And it was just a half purchase. So they will have money to reinvest in this one. But... it was also a bit questionable from 9Pandas of going to play so close quarters in double doors when you knew the Hummy wasn't really looking too impressive for sAw. It doesn't matter. We are moving on to round number 6, and we have Story. Second time this half when he gets the hands on the AWP. Shots do not connect for either of the 2 players.
standing in the gray. Ooh, high disbalance. That was nearly some magic. Nade's kind of good, as they are able to stop with purely util the long take, which means 5 versus 5 continues. And I think the default is a bit stronger now. You jerks will have a bit of that trouble. That smoke gets thrown so much more often now to stop the player looking for short coverage. I think eye glowing again, forced out by the util. Very nicely done to keep map control. It has taken a heavy toll. Looking at it, 2 smokes and 1 HE left. sAw, have they shot a bit early?
I think they might have here, Sheep. And let's see. With 50 seconds left, what is the approach going to be? Are we going to see a straight short hit as soon as the smoke dissipates? Or maybe an early fake and jump lower to B? They're not quite sure yet.
Shot.
Well, I don't know. They spotted U-Jerks. They traded some bullets. ID's Balance lost a bit more of his HP. But 9 Pandas have yet to make a full commit either way.
I have a feeling it's going to be short. I don't really see any other option here for 9 Pandas. Lining it up with the util story with the all perfect position.
No, it's B.
This is exactly the jump down you mentioned. It's not going to work out for them. Materius fighting towards one angle. It's 15 seconds. It's done.
He's playing in the molly. 10 seconds to go. Can they get on site? It's going to be up to Agam. Let's play this angle. M4A4 gets one. The bomb will not get planted, and he just needs to stay alive. Doesn't want to lose another M4. He will find an AK in the process. A bullet to a head. And first round on the board for sAw. I mean, that was kind of on the back of a huge time mistake from 9 Pandas.
Yeah, I mean, what's that thing called? That you wear on your wrist. With the clock thingy on it.
A wristband.
No, with the clock on it.
A wrist clock.
No, a clock. Like the time on your wrist. What's it called again?
Wrist
a watch.
watch.
A watch. Yeah. Why don't 9 Pandas have those on?
I actually think it's not allowed in tournaments, is it? No, okay, never mind. But, well, look, glowing is just like flying through this utility. HE mollies at his feet, and he only eats 10 damage in long. He's still alive there, and now, oh my god, this is about to be the most surprising beat. Oh my, he just jumps into the shot of the AWP, but at least Story finds one onto Shalfei. Now, there is a retake without the bomb being planted. I think U-Jerks would have liked to find another one. Smoke dissipates with the HE, but doesn't quite connect with any bullets yet.
Yeah, it's difficult to get in. There's 2 mollies. You can cover quite a bit of this bomb site with those 2 Molotovs. And the smoke for tunnel, that flies out now. 4 players entering through. I mean, glowing, he's been put fully offside. He will have 0 influence in start of this retake. They're gonna barge in. Eye disbalance with the first on the op. Don't think there's much more though. Yeah, retreats there.
And that's gonna destroy the economy of sAw. Okay, Story finds at least another kill from CT, and Motiris will fall back. But we know it's a story as old as time. You win one round and then you lose the next. You break the cycle of your economy. The loss bonus is gone. And it's not going to be looking too god. Story and Materials can drop one each, I believe, but at least one of the 5 players will have to be happy with a FAMAS or an MP9.
I mean, in the current meta, I think no one would be too disappointed to have an MP9, but that was one of the weaker B-holds that I've seen in a while. A Gil going for a jump up whilst just there's no smoke down, there's no nothing. Very open. And just kind of stings with me, kind of disappoints. Now the flashbangs around long, drop one other, and again it is this man advantage.
And U-Jerks re-attempting the play they were going for in pistols, then didn't work out then, but at least he's gonna get away with his life this time around as Result just bites that HE. And they're kind of full committing here. Look all the way in lower, by the way. Oh my god, glowing. He's about to get shot in the back of his head. Okay. Slightly dangerous, but all this time, Shalfei and U-Jerks are trading bullets. Who's gonna come on top of this one is Motiris losing his teammates. He's trying to stay alive and find another one, but the headshot is not going in his favor as the former MP9 player now has an AK-47, but no more team to assist him.
sAw are not helping their own case here. I mean, it's Damn, it's like a peek like that with Meteorus. I'm expecting that to be a kill at least, right? You're gonna peek out wide, you know where they're at. Not exactly, but that crosshair had so much movement in it. And then delayed as I mean, 9Pandas added to that. The decisions are just a bit better. They're also just connecting more shots.
Yeah.
iDisbalance 9-1, delayed as 7-5, glowing 9-2. All of those bullets are connecting, and mind you, it is 1-7, and the 1-round sAw wins is around where 9Pandas just kind of forget they have 1:50 to plant the bomb.
7-1.
It's not looking good at all for sAw. It really isn't.
At least 9Pandas is delivering on the map pick, right? This is what we wanted.
Yeah.
We said and highlighted many times how important it is for this series to be competitive. 9Pandas have to start off right the bat on Dust2 and come in swinging. They have.
Again, the decoy. Not gonna work out this time. But yeah, I mean, whew. It's a bit like if you completely get blown out in this map and this half will continue the way it has been going and it'll be like 11-1 or 10-2, you can just as sAw say, okay, GG, go next, right? And just be like, right, we'll finish this game. We'll try and win as many rounds as we can, take the pressure off of this Dust2 map, and then fully focus on the next. Get yourself ready, get your mind right, you know, lift the spirits a bit. But yeah, this, as of yet, has been a complete destruction. Roman close range. It's at least one trade, but I don't see a world where he gets many more.
I mean, there's finally another player disadvantage for once. I guess that's a bit of a change of scenery for sAw. As they say that, how did he get away out there? Wow. Maybe iDisbalance was not aware, ready to find someone out in the open, and the time is running lower and lower as 40 seconds on the clock. That is the only round we have seen 9Pandas lose when they ran the clock too low, but they're not gonna make the same mistake. 30 seconds, they're gonna eat an HE, and that's not gonna be enough. Now Roman with the FAMAS, can't he find anybody? He's gonna get the first, but not be able to get anything else.
Yeah, just getting stopped completely. And yeah, we're looking at U-Jerks and Agil going for a bit of a clutch attempt. Yeah, one's coming through via long. U-Jerks, that's actually quite a good frag. Knowing he is a bit isolated, so he will be traded. But now Agil has to put the running boots on. It's a 1 versus 1. iDisbalance, are you going to pull the trigger through the smoke? No, but it's not necessary. Smokes trail him with the burning shot of the AWP. 8-1. Damn.
What a masterclass. This is Dust2 played
really
at his
good.
finest. Yeah. I mean, we saw Roman getting one there, one here, but you know, you gotta get more, or you gotta help each other. And I think all these isolated duels that sAw is losing time and time again that's why they're losing the rounds, because 9Pandas so far they're just shooting better.
Yeah, they really are, and that's another great frag. It's looking great for the offer of 9Pandas. The SMGs now pulled out. sAw, they're just not really doing a lot. And one thing that I want to praise is what we've been seeing throughout is 9Pandas actually... Whoa, Jesus! How does he still get that kill? Oh man, what we see 9Pandas do is they stick together so well, right? They're pretty much only playing with a single lurk. The other 4 players group together, stay grouped together, and you see how effective it is. They don't try and solo or try and outplay. No, 9Pandas get with all 4 and they stick with all 4 together. And now it's iDisbalance that's solo. Previously it was Delayed or Shalfei that's solo or glowing. I mean, look at these score lines. This is ridiculous.
Yeah, and it's a whole team effort. It's a whole team effort. Yeah, I mean, some of them have 12, some of them have below 10, but it still feels like Shalfei on his 5 kills have been very impactful. Result as well with the 6. It's very good display of force from 9Pandas, and I wonder why is sAw not taking a second timeout. And finally, Story wins the duel. First time in 11 rounds.
Yeah, second death for the AWPer, and that's another great find. Should be a second round here with the 1 man up. Meteoris. A bit scared to face this again. Flash doesn't really work. Transfer also doesn't. 2 versus 3. This is still dangerous for sAw. I'm still not comfortable.
Oh! That connected,
Okay.
but it was only through the wall. And the second
that will
shot
hit.
connects and takes Story out, but Agil was there, and it's gonna be you jerks finding Glowing all the way in along, not expecting another player in Goose, getting the second on the board for sAw. But is it too late? Are 2 rounds gonna be enough? Even 3, do you think they would be enough?
Whew. I don't think so. I think if you get 3 as sAw, you can still make this kind of competitive.
Okay.
And of course, we have the whole 11-4 turning to the 9-3 scoreline, whatever. That debate's old. But yeah, we might be able to see something extra happen. Story wants to go back for seconds, but his dinner bites back, still alive. A bit undercooked.
Just has an easy job ahead of him, getting 2 kills right there. And Story finally back-to-back op deals 1 by the CT player. Glowing stays alive, 1 versus 5. Yeah, finds the first one with the help of fire. Full blind headshot in short. Glowing will be put to rest after Agil comes around. Considers going closer for a close quarter knife, but no. It's gonna be the headshot bullet to the back of the head. 3 rounds, all that sAw find. And we're back with the second half of this map 1 elimination game between sAw and 9 Pandas. Let's see if... Oh, nice blocking the smoke right there from Result. taking a little bit of damage, but Agile is on the lookout on the push from B. Spots the player, very patient. I'm not sure Shafi spotted him. Now they're gonna be aware, and the Glock prevails. That's the story as old as CS2.
Yeah, they instantly want to try and fully trade on it, glowing. Maybe a bit dim at this point as he's falling away. It's gonna be another grapevine from Story. Delayed as we've seen him get a bunch of headshots. Now it's
Nice.
2 more. That doesn't change. Meteoris. Ooh, good find. That opens up the round a lot because that's all the information from middle. Gone. Saw. Good opportunity to pick up 4th.
They're jumping back down to lower. One player throws a molly in A side for a fake, and 2 jump back to lower. They want to head back to B, and the fake has been perfectly executed. Okay, they now gonna hear Roman jumping in short, from short into mid, but it's only 10 HP. Delayers needs to connect, and he does. That's gonna be the hat trick already guaranteed for him. He needs to stay alive to help his teammate. He's actually gonna go for the flank through the tunnel, and Disbalance joins up with him. Can Mutiris hear them? Yeah, Mutiris is aware. He plays an off angle. I don't think they're going to clear this. 1 kill should be guaranteed. Finds the first. The second also goes in his favor. And Saw, the beginning of the comeback has commenced.
Yeah, we've seen worse comebacks at higher levels. The 10-2 Navi versus Mouse. So 9-3. Of course, within the realm of possibility. It's still a bit of a reach. Yes, but it's at least the start that they were looking for, right?
I mean, technically it was a 9-1, so 9-1, 10-2. It's kind of the same, right?
That's fair. That is very fair.
There's another force. Back-to-back force. There's an M4A1 here for Shafe. He's going to find the kill in dark, and now Result to spray and praying full flash. Nobody's dead just yet. What is happening? Okay, I guess pretty even trade there, as both Shafe and Mutiris are below 100 HP.
And Disbalance might still be able to find some impact with that scout. I've seen the scout bring in a lot of impact, get a tag or 2, and all of a sudden the round's yours. It is a very lopsided hold by 9 Pandas, though, so I don't really see them dealing with this, as Saw are making the correct choice. I'm imagining this to be a save and then have a force buy in the next. Pretty alright.
Yeah, back-to-back force buys. I mean, you already have invested most of what you needed. The only question is Saul going to overthink this and by mistake just walk into a 4-player stack in A?
Oh, I didn't even consider.
They're not fully committed yet. Okay, they're giving the bomb back to Jill, and he's heading towards B, so he should be fine, right?
Yeah, this should be okay. I mean, they've gotten. Well, they don't really have the information. They know there's a couple on long. And I think with the entire push, they didn't see anyone running into lowers. And I have a feeling this is quite the correct choice. So it's lucky. It's going to be 4 Pandas remaining on long to save. But that's 9-5 after this round. Still a light buy. We're already looking at a 9-6. That's 3 rounds. That's around 5 minutes. And we could be all tied up here at 9-9. So Saw, they can still do this. Absolutely, I believe.
You highlighted this in the breakdown of this first map and the importance of 9 Pandas finding success on their CT side. And they definitely had plenty of that on their T side. Now they are starting on the back foot, but I wouldn't quite hit the alarm just yet, right? Maybe not next round or the round after, but round 17 will be one where I'll be curious to see if they'll have full investment and see how they deal with, you know, the Portuguese side.
Whew. It's gonna be tense, but not yet, because we will have 0 investment from 9 Pandas. We're looking at still the same weapons that we've seen. Yeah, I'm expecting them to maybe put them in a couple of different spots. Disbalance most likely will just still play the door position, which no, actually not. He's gonna put the scout up towards long. I want to see something funky from 9 Pandas, right? A bit of a push here or there, or something, you know, to throw Saw off guard.
Oh, another nice HE. A lot of these have been successful so far on Dust2, always catching the players by surprise when they're walking to lower. Oh, nice damage. Disbalance would love to find a headshot, but now that Agile and Mutiris are below 70 HP, a single bullet to any part of their bodies would also eliminate one of these two players.
Yeah, that scout suddenly, on 2 occasions, would be an AWP. sAw, oh, just destroyed by the AK of Mutiris. That's the scout coming into play with the deagle. It's dangerous. 3 versus 4 all of a sudden. sAw. You can't throw it away like this. Peek towards long. Story is able to convert together with Mutiris. So that is looking a bit more comfort. The weapons are out of the game. For now.
It's going to be Disbalance again. Found some success with the scout. Gets spotted. While Blair drops, he needs to peek his target. And he's going to hold lower. He's got to find Mutiris. The player below 100 HP, we talked about the danger. Now the fire will push him back. Still 2v2. Oh, Result? No? Okay. I mean, that was an attempt, I guess.
Resalt brought a knife to a gunfight. I see the sentence already.
I think
once,
that was
once they've lost the round. But
I'd call that a speed round to your death. That's what he was doing.
Minimizing time of death. Yeah, perfect. Minimizing time to kill. It is going to be the 9-6. Disbalance, I think he's quite okay with saving an AK after this round. Which is still a bit dangerous because we've seen how good the AKs have been. If you give it to glowing or delayed as, they're going to feel right at home. 9-6 when the real meat and potatoes start.
Definitely questionable indeed. And do you think we are getting closer to a tactical timeout or not just yet for 9 Pandas?
I don't think just yet. I think they're waiting on this first gun round. They've had enough time to really talk about it because we've had 2 quite similar rounds. And I think when saving the AK, there's enough time to like conversate about what you want to do. Ooh, ballsy. Running through. Okay, I thought he was going to full commit into suicide, but that would have been suicide. A story, an opening pick. Now it's time for him to shine with that T-side op. Oh, look at this, Swaxon.
I love this.
It's beautiful.
I usually judge it, but this time around, I think it's a correct choice. And Disbalance is very aware of what could be happening.
Does he have a gap?
There was a gap, but just gives away the position. Okay, maybe afraid he could get caught by someone pushing top mid. And again, sAw taking control of lower. It's going to be a boost. Result tries to find a head, but doesn't see anybody. Now it's going to be the mid-aggressive play. The M4A4 in the hands of the CT player does not find a single one. It's going to be Disbalance getting one and a leg shot for 20 HP. Finds the second kill. He's still alive, but he did way more than he should have now. 2 versus 2 retake begins as Agile kind of way too springy for that attempt, and now Mutiris has to clutch it.
Wow,
and wide pick with a headshot. Proper gun round going in the favor of 9 Pandas.
Oh, and those were some feisty shots from Disbalance, and he will indeed have a speaking name, completely throwing off balance the round from sAw. 2 kills. Not really expecting, right? Maybe you get 1 kill in that tunnel. You always expect to lose 1 player. But then this shot is ridiculously fast. He was aimed at 1 player, decides to flick to the other just for that extra street cred, I think. But yeah, double digits for 9 Pandas. What a great round win. Disbalance very active on the op with the 1-man down situation.
He's gonna find another opener though. So far he's been weapons. The scout, the AWP on either side. Get smoked off for now. But story.
Peekaboo.
Very good play there.
Yeah.
You can't really predict that, yeah.
I mean, at that point, you really don't got much to do. If your story, right, all of your angles are being covered, that's the only play 9 Pandas can make at that point in time. So, aiming for it, getting ready for it, a great play. Absolutely. And Disbalance has been using the util. We've seen him use the decoys as well to try and gain an advantage. So no surprise he's going to go for the smoke break. Well, it's going to be a long play, late long play. sAw with that AWP. Find an easy pick him. Ooh, 3v4. But if they go towards A, it's still going to be lots of weapons available. And this might still go wrong. The flash is great. Ooh.
Okay, it's gonna be Resold alive up top, actually bringing it to a close
Yes.
2 versus 2, sneaking behind him, USB
Oh,
in
so
hand,
good.
perfect headshot, and short player infiltrates, makes his way to the side. Scouts, okay, that was heard. He's gonna get shot in the back of the head, most likely, as he's not gonna expect someone that close.
Oh,
And
God.
how did 9Pandas turn around?
Result.
I don't know.
That's result. That's all result. That is so good. Playing on A bomb site, holding off 1 and 2, and then just disappearing into the smoke like a ninja. We're gonna get a replay of this. That's the opening kill. Again, a 4 versus 5. It's 2 4 versus 5s, now 1. Right? Stalling for as long as he can, and then result just making the play on his own. Again, a one-man down round being converted by 9Pandas. Twice in a row now. Yeesh.
Yeah, it's looking like the beginning of the end for this Dust2 first map, as sAw. I mean, they have the comeback potential, they have the skill necessary for it, but I feel like they're already considering what their approach is going to be onto Anubis, as they're walking into Glowing's fire and his bullets up and short. Shalfei would love to get some of that cheddar cheese, get a couple kills for himself here, stab padding, but it's gonna be Dill actually showing around the corner and lining 2 of them up. Shalfei will complete the final one with the USP, and 6 map points for 9Pandas on their map pick.
It is wild. It is really wild. I was really expecting sAw to bring something, right? Bring something into these gun rounds. And what they bring is 2 lost advantages. That is not the gift you'd want heading into Christmas, which it's still a bit early for Christmas maybe, but yeah, it would be a nice gift for either of these teams to be able to qualify for ESL Pro League, but sAw at this point, they're looking a bit further away than expected. Close range, this is just gonna be such an early mowdown. Agil, low HP, that nade will get him. Shalfei moving forward, a destruction, putting the hammer down on sAw. And it's done.
We came, we saw, and we lost Dust2. That's the story of this map number 1, as 1 versus 5, doesn't have the bomb. Not a single kill going in their favor in the final gun round, and 9Pandas with a statement on Dust2. Sheep, I am speechless. I mean, we were hoping for them to put up a great performance on this one, but up to this level, I'm very impressed.
Yeah, 9Pandas showing up to this game. I mean,
And we are back into this second map of the elimination match between 9Pandas and sAw. I'm Waxing, joined by several sheep, and we have 9Pandas away from pulling what would be a very, very big upset, but that was their map pick. Now we're moving on to Anubis. I think sAw might just have the necessary tools to bring it back to map 3, sheep.
yes, and Anubis, it is their map pick, and it is quite a sided one. It's obvious why I picked it, but I'm really looking to see sAw get a good start, and it is mostly already looking like Roman is going to be tested. The nade, great timing on it, will really hurt results. I'm running into the bomb set. It's going to be a retake already. Damn, that's going to be tough.
A nice first opener from U-Jerks, but now Glowing and Resolve just jumping in, and now Resolve up close and personal with the Glock. 1, 2, 3, and he's about to go for the 4th. Agile gets 1, 2 of his own with the dualies, but now Resolve very low in HP. Agile has the smoke to create some separation between him and the rest of the T's, but he thinks he's getting flanked. That's wasting a lot of time. He needs to go there. He has a flash.
There's a kit.
Finds the kit. He's okay.
Let's not mind that as he now gets into the smoke, but Shalfei is able to take him down. That is 9Pandas, and I shouted it out. I ad-libbed it again, right? 9Pandas, as soon as they find where the targets are at in these T-side pistol rounds, they put 3 bodies straight towards the source. Shout out 3 Clicks Philip for that song. but man, they just storm straight at them.
We didn't have time to break this down, but you were telling me about Nine Pandas' previous record on this map, and they usually have to get the bulk of their rounds on the T side because their CT is not that great, and they're starting to do that right away here with another amazing pistol rounds. And finally, first CT save after losing the pistol this entire series.
Finally, just some pistols, yeah, in the second round. None of this 3-round shenanigans. Roman is shaking his head no. I don't know what for. We still got a game to play. Delay is going to be running in again, spearheaded. Well, now spearheaded by 4 Mac-10s. This is some, this is some juicy cash. But considering the next round will be M4s and FAMASas mostly, those Mac-10s, they're going to need to be played for and not necessarily played with. Right, you're gonna need to sacrifice some of the play you might want to do. Don't think teams often have to call a 4 Mac-10 strat.
Well,
Jesus, that's a cherry on top of an anti-eco cake.
Glowing almost lost his life there. I believe there were 2 USB headshots that connected,
Yep.
but still not sufficient to get the kill. That's kind of unfortunate, but at least Saw. You know, we're talking about 9 Pandas not often having to call a 4 Mac-10 strat, but Saw as well. It's not often you run 5. Yeah, 5. They've all invested 5 rifles versus 4 Mac-10s. You know, you could get caught by surprise.
Yeah, this is where you channel those late night Face-It games. Like, what did we do again when we had 4 Mac-10s? Just having a laugh. You know, what was the strat again? And just pull that one out. Let's see if it works. Story. Ooh, I like this.
Playing at the edge of the molly. And now, AT's flashes coming in. Mac-10 of Result and does not find any kill. Just 14 damage to Story. And now U-Jerks playing long distance, smoking upstairs. Very, very good positioning from the CT players thus far.
Yeah, it is a bonus round, right? 9 Pandas will easily be able to fort the next, but bonus rounds aren't what they were anymore. Aren't what they used to be.
Of course.
You know, it's always going to be a lot tighter. Usually it was like the 3-0, 4-0 where you get the bonus round. Now you're already a bit closer. It's looking like an A pop. Getting in close range is going to be the best way to work this one out. Totem pole setup in the bomb site.
Story though, finding so much information across the map.
Oh, yeah.
On their tail, it's gonna be agile.
Already.
Slow them down. Story finds the first, and it's the bomb actually. It doesn't matter even if you get on site, you need somehow to get the bomb back as Story has it fully behind, and the second kill guaranteed. Now it's gonna be glowing. Finding one. 35 seconds on the clock. Will love to get the AM4 and potentially save it into the next. But he is isolated in this bomb site. The bomb's very far away. And you don't have enough time to find any picks, I don't think.
Yeah, it's gonna be the lumens of a supernova necessary. That's how hard he needs to glow. Don't think it'll be anything. As I don't even think he's gonna go for 1 kill attempted. Saving an extra rifle, why not? It's gonna be supported by a couple of AKs glowing. Because he doesn't have to reinvest now, we'll be able to pull out the AWP. I think his teammate, yeah, I think he will be able to. And I think iDisbalance is going to be very happy about that if they bring it out.
Great to see some of the action. It's a very nice approach here. I love that. You know, long range double flash up in with a Mac-10 player jumping in. Fortunate, right? But as an execute, it's the best you could do. Or the best you could attempt actually with the pieces of utility and guns you had.
And we do indeed have the AWP out. I mean, Story ran a marathon in that last round. The AWP already finding an opener. And this is more of the same that we saw on Dust2. 9 Pandas taking an advantage early on.
Yeah, iDisbalance has been very impressive with the AWP so far. Opening up the first gun round on this map as well, as player advantage for the T side is gonna allow them to slow it down, bait out all of the utility that the CTs have in store for them, and then potentially commit. Look at the double mollies in mid. Mutiris is very safe. I think the mollies missed actually if you look at the radar. But Story, nice angle attempt. Sadly, will get spotted by Result, and again, 2-player advantage for the T's. They will get on B side and get the bomb down.
There's not much else you can do here. It's a very well played out round. Using the advantages, I mean, you don't have to deal with, or well, you have to deal with one player less, so might as well double up towards the cave. And a bit more calm. sAw also in these 4 versus 5s, they haven't really responded with any aggression. Also not on Dust2, right? Sometimes you see teams do that. You lose one player and all of a sudden, bang, there's a push here or there. sAw haven't really done that much. So I think 9 Pandas can, as soon as they get an opening pick, they can trust that they'll have a bit of a calm rest of the round. But yeah, I mean, we're gonna get 9 Pandas continuing the lead. I'm looking at 4 rounds from sAw. I'm thinking that's where we'll set the bar. You agree?
Yeah, absolutely. That's my job
Nice.
to agree with you, isn't it?
Well, that was the stream, everybody.
Yeah, thanks, guys. That's all, folks. Okay, it's very similar to, well, it's shades of Dust2, right? 9 Pandas playing flawless T side, sAw being forced to save early on, the economy already being questionable for the CTs. It's in basically back-to-back what we've seen in the first 6 or 7 rounds of Dust2. I just want sAw to kind of break this pattern, because we saw, no pun intended, when they start picking up the momentum, they are gathering up a lot of rounds, but it was just too late last map, and I don't want them to find themselves in the same position again.
No, it's gonna be a difficult one, because I do think this round would be decently, well, I don't think in this round sAw will have anything. The 2 rifles playing in the same positions. We want to pull the AKs out at a distance. 9 Pandas playing this very calmly, and you can trust iDisbalance to get you your frags. 2 for the price of 1.
He's so nasty with the gun,
so
and
insane.
especially
so
in those
good.
angles when he just goes, first pick and then a quick refrag for himself, right? I mean,
Yeah.
can you even call it a refrag if you're doing it to yourself? I'm not quite sure, but this is another round in the bag. He's gonna miss a rare shot here, but switches to the duelies and punishes Roman. Unbelievable. You could even say very balanced on all fronts from this player.
Remember, switching to your sidearm is always faster than reloading. Well, that remains the case. iDisbalance is, I think, on his own single-handedly responsible for lowering the average reaction time for males between the age of 17 and 25. Because his reaction times, it's so insane. He's so fast. But finally, we're gonna get full guns, and the CT op is out. Story, bring your impact, buddy.
Story has found some success versus iDisbalance on the second half of Dust2. It would be great if he could maybe come on top of that duel now, but they are not even in proximity just yet, as Glowing has 2 players coming his way, and he's gonna find an easy one onto you, Jerks, who just kind of got abandoned by Roman that fell back onto site. And now, yet again, Sheep, it's the 8th time I feel in these 2 maps, and we say 9 Pandas have an early round advantage.
Yeah, that's smoke. I don't know if it's going to be on time. Retaking middle with 3 players, but is that going to be too spread out? Shelfei easily able to deal with both. And that is now Roman and Story. Yeah, they're in the bomb site, but still, can you somehow deal with this? I don't know if you can. Resolve mode on both.
They just can't.
So many slight mistakes from sAw. I'm legit staring at this in disbelief. You say you jerks just get abandoned on that push. You're going for a jump. You are going to be vulnerable. There weren't any flashbangs available for him.
It was 0 pieces of utility used to take control of that. 0.
And then you go for the mid take, and it's super disconnected again. Ah, man, this is not the sAw that we're used to seeing. And this sAw took a map of Sangal. I mean, 9 Pandas, they are showing their prowess on an online qualifying tournament again. And they are looking to disprove their LAN woes if they are able to make it to ESL Pro League. That's still a long road for both, but this is a great showing thus far from the Pandas.
Very far indeed. As The patience is very good here from the T side, spotting some players, realizing the economic disadvantage, don't want to play close quarters versus Deagles, and then they're gonna turn their sights onto B. Oh, I thought that almost connected from Ujerk, still alive here, spots them, gets shot by 2 players, and the second kill, double entry for Diledes, and now I disbalance, planting the bomb safely. One more player in CT, and most likely they're not gonna find anything here, as 9 Pandas are playing very cohesive as a unit.
6-1. It's a decent, like, it's still very much recovered, right?
Yeah,
But
you said that last game.
Yeah, that didn't work out. I'd like to see timeout again right now for sAw. I said that last game and it worked out because they instantly called a timeout. Not like it gained them any rounds, but you can't just lay there and take it, right? It's sAw that is just in this fight. It's an MMA match, and sAw haven't gotten up from the floor once thus far. Yeah, they put some shots back, but I mean it's 2 players alive remaining. Roman and Mutris. Different instruments, but the same fiddle is being played, as we are. Still 0-5 on both. That is just not good enough.
Well, the tactical timeout is here as you predicted, my friend, and the credits are in the bank. Some of the investments are being made. Story with the AWP again. 4 kills so far for him, 5 for Agil, and 1 for Ujerks. But Roman and Mutiris, the 2 most experienced players on the map, not just on the team, have yet to find any success on this map. And I mean, it's got to be now or never, because 7-1 with the economy in shambles would mean 8-1. And yes, they tried to bounce back from a 9-1 on Dust2, but that's what I said. I don't want to see not a copycat of map number 1.
Yeah, it's looking at the half of the page is copied already with the 6-1 lead. But this is just, it's looking so dangerous. It's okay, I want to see some activity from sAw. I want to see some teeth, some fighting spirit here, and I'm just afraid it's not going to show up. That's a great flashbang. Ujerks will get wrecked. Story is already on his own on the bomb side.
Double molly flying towards him, getting toasted and roasted, turns around, finds one, but Glowing is right there with an instant refrag, smokes behind him, and Mutiris will find 25 HP down from Result up, but oh my god, the damage straight through the smokes gets both Roman and Mutiris to below 50. 1 bullet away from Roman falling, and I believe this should be another save coming in from the Portuguese squad.
I gotta be honest, I'm at a loss for words at how sAw is playing. Well, tell him, Waxon.
Where are we? Because I can see one team, but I would go as far as saying that I haven't seen the other.
Yeah, they
saw seen. No. Okay, thanks. Sorry, just practicing my English, guys.
Yeah, there's man, it is. I mean, I'm glad that there's a 3-man save, but Roman and Mutiris both still sitting on that big fat round 0, or kills on 0. And we're at the 1-7. Time is running out for sAw. It really is. There is very little you can do, but again, it's just default. No change-ups. Where is an experienced guy like Roman, like Mutiris? Where is a young dude like Story or Agil? Where are they to step in and say, guys, let's just do something. Let's just step out. This is what we want to see.
They're doing it now. We saw a bit of that being punished last round. Another piece of utility flying in, but 9 Pandas is very much aware. Roman finds the first kill off the map for himself, but it's going to be an instant trade from Diledes. Spear heading towards mid. There's a player to his left. It's going to be Ujerks. He has to win the duel, and he will not, as Diledes continues pushing to the smoke, finds the third, and almost gets the 4th, as this T side of 9 Pandas is relentless. Mutiris, can he even expect the player to be already inside? Kind of does, but cannot find a kill as the bomb gets planted. And sAw, you're starting to remind me more of the horror movie, because this is looking absolutely horrific.
They are in a trap. They are absolutely in a sAw trap, and they are going to be their own victims. This one is looking more desperate than others in the past. I mean, they are nowhere. At this point, I'm struggling to believe that they took a map of Sangal. 1 in 8 is going to be the scoreline. I mean, just call another timeout. I don't give a damn. There is talking that needs to happen because they are not just one step behind. Look at the play from Delaydas. Right as there's an opening pick, 9 Pandas just slam their hand on the keyboard, and they're only hitting one button, and that's the W.
Yeah, not just
Another
W
time.
for the
Thank
way
you.
they're playing, but W because they're about to get the biggest dub of this entire bracket. Right,
Yeah.
13-6 on Dust2, and this one is looking arguably even worse. If you're a sAw fan, and if you're a sAw fan, let them know in the chat. You gotta cheer for them, you gotta pray for them, because they've not looked like they're not even a shadow of their former selves thus far. And maybe it's what we broke down at the beginning of the game, Sheep. 9 Pandas is a type of team that sAw hasn't quite played versus in a hot minute, so maybe that's why they're surprised.
Yeah. I mean, it feels like we're watching Nemiga play with just the strat call being delayed as go kill. Similar as to what Xanter now is doing in the server on the main stream, on the A stream. But I mean, we talked about we want to see 4 rounds from sAw. Well, it's now or never. This is it. It's gonna be a full B play, and yet again, it's just gonna be the default setup for sAw. Quick rotate in early. Looking a bit better. Let's see.
Good opening. First player advantage is going to be lost right away, but
There you
is
go.
able to double up. And
There
now
you go.
finally, the old guard, as you called it, is here to gather some momentum back for sAw. It's quite hard to consider any momentum, as even the second round would still only be the beginning of building what feels like a sandcastle on Anubis.
And we talked about the T side from 9 Pandas. You mentioned it just now. What was also kind of the case is that the CT side from sAw hasn't had the greatest of record either, right? We saw the numbers are pretty similar between these two teams. They're a bit more equal for sAw, right? On 9 Pandas, it's looking like a really black and white image, but for sAw, it's quite similar. That's a dangerous game to play versus iDisbalance. But yeah, I mean, they're still going to attempt this, and why not? It's going to be a 1 versus 3, though, which is an unlikely victory. But yeah, I mean, sAw, I'm looking to see an improvement, and here it is, right? We have the 2 experienced guys stepping up, stepping in. Now, set yourself up. Give yourself that alley-oop to slam dunk that T-side half. sAw, from that halfway mark, it needs to be their game.
Well, it needs it needs to, but I think 9 Pandas might still have different plans for them. Yes,
yeah.
It was a slight misstep from them on that approach on takeover of A, but you know, pushing the smoke, getting caught off guard. Are they gonna get back-to-back mistakes like that to allow sAw to get back into this one? I'm not quite sure, but this upcoming round will be very telling, as the economy of the CTs is not looking too great just yet, so they need to win this one to have a competitive 12th round of the half next one.
And they need to keep a lot of players alive as well. If you win this in a 1 versus 1, you're still going to be broke for the final one, which is a scenario that we really do not want to see. Is this going to be late aggression? Yes, it will be. Glowing steps out just in time, spots both.
Is he aware he can take a solo fight now? Okay, he's clearing his corners, but the aggressive play has
4 versus 2 on this bomb side.
Delayed is very close. One shot gets missed by iDisbalance, and now the mollies are coming in, but they get quite displaced, not close enough. The HE push, where's the flash? U-jerks? I have no idea what that attempt was, but it's going to be up to Roman and Mutiris again, doubling up as the old guard, finding 1 kill of their own. Another HE flying in, and they are holding this side. Nothing goes past him as Agile shows up to get a double, and it's going to be a result. 1 versus 4. He would love to do some more economical damage. It's not about saving. You got all the credits. You just got to punish some of these CT, and he's going to find the first. The pressure continues. 1 more, and his job would be done. Has a smoke, self-smokes, but gets pressured by Mutiris coming in from long, and it's going to be the 3rd on the board for sAw. And they didn't say 5, but 3 should be enough.
Yeah, and a 4th could still be there. We're seeing a sAw that I think, well, I am kind of proud of this sAw team, that they don't sort of get lulled into that deep, dark pit of desperation. They are still out here. They are still fighting. And at least hitting some shots now, which is good to see. But this final round, I do think this is going to be one of the more important ones. Full buy versus full buy. You need to show it now, sAw. Get that fourth. You're in a way more rose-tinted position than you were to be. Mid-play. Oh, call with util Materis. Again, 9 pandas. Quicker than expected. One man down again.
They're eating them like bamboo. As they completely abandoned the B side. And look at the map, glowing. He's on B. Nobody's here to stop him. The bomb is coming. This is a very overzealous rotate from sAw. He's got to get punished as iDisbalance finds at least 1 kill in the process. He could have gotten the second there, but Story was there to assist U-Jerks with that play. But now, 3 versus 4 retakes. The player disadvantage rounds have not worked out for sAw thus far.
The momentum could be massive if sAw win this. That'd be such a cheer up for this team, but it's gonna be an HE miss. There is still the util, there are the kits, but you're gonna need to hit the shots, and that just simply has not been happening. But maybe now Story, what an entry on 2, and the mow down is there, delayed as shuts down the half on the 9th.
Well, 9-3. A very strong half for the Pandas and identical to the Dust2 ship. We will see if sAw can bring this one back and start mounting a comeback to keep themselves into ESL Challenger League Season 48 after a short break. And we're straight back into the second half pistol round. sAw looking to, well, sort of a resurge into this one. And
There you
Story is gonna bring this one up with a P250. Shalfie trades it right away with a USB kill. Story finds a second though. The P250 dominance in mid prevails as Mutiris, Glock in hand. Duel is for result, and it's still very much doable for 9 Pandas. Player disadvantage, but they are trying to isolate this duel. Piledes gets nothing as Story
Nice.
finds the third. Hat-trick in the bag for the Story. And result, you've got no chance.
No.
I'm calling it.
If he gets through here, he's gonna abandon ship, I reckon. But it's looking good. Story, one of the few shining lights on Dust2 as well. With the AWP, got a lot of impact. And now with a triple in the pistol round, making sure sAw, again, get that second half pistol to start with. Although, I do think it is a lot more of an advantage right here on Anubis than it was on the previous map. Also, something in me tells me we're going to see a force buy from 9 Pandas, but we'll have to wait and see.
They did it on Dust2, but sAw did it on Dust2 as well and opted against it on Anubis. So let's see. 9 Pandas, I think they should save, and they seem to do that. Yeah, I think that's the correct choice, right? You don't want the opponents to start breathing down your neck, because if you lose the force, then it's just gonna be very, unfortunate. And the most success 9 Pandas have found this entire series has been when they have fully bought, right, including the AWP for ID's balance.
Yeah, get that op into his hands ASAP. No Rocky. That is what you absolutely need to do. And I think with the USPs, what I'm looking forward to here for sAw is to just keep it clean, right? Don't let anything funky happen. Don't lose 3-4 guys to the USPs, although they are going to be running right into the stack. Let's see if this tower, this Jenga tower will fall.
Oh, Story has to clean the corner. He's getting very close, and he's got to get shot down by the crossfire. Duelies do their job, and now the AK gets picked up, but Agile and Mutiris are very much aware, and Mutiris turns around, gets the second. Another kill going onto Shalfie, but player advantage. There will be no rifles picked up just yet by the 9 Pandas players, so it should be pretty much impossible unless they can find Mutiris first, who's already below 40 HP.
Yeah, it's a lot of difference between how we've seen 9 Pandas play these types of rounds and how we see sAw play them, right? As soon as it turns into that 3 versus 2, you see Agile just be really passive. I mean, every time we saw a round like this, 9 Pandas, they kick the door down and they step in, just go peek, whatever, mech 10s, blah, 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 blah. And you get the round. There's a lot more confidence showing in these lower buy rounds. Of course, sAw don't want to take unnecessary risk, but I do think it is a telling sign of where we're at with the confidence of sAw right now. Like
you
that.
Jerks? Okay, I mean...
oh no.
What are we doing here, Sheep? Let's be honest. This is not needed by any sort of imagination. You get, what, $300 for getting a couple of extra kills? There was no armor. There was nothing on the 9 Pandas players that would force you to go for those kills. And yes, getting a couple of exit kills onto low economy players might boost your confidence, but it could also be punished and you lose 2 of your saving rifles.
It's such a weird decision to take those fights, you jerks. The crosshair was so far off of both players. It was like there were meters between it. You could put us head to toe and it'd still be closer than the crosshair of you jerks in that situation. And you're a tall guy, so that's saying something.
Yeah, you jerks has not had a good map this far. 14 rounds, 15 rounds in. He's still looking to find his second kill, as at least Mutiris has seen a bit of a resurgence in the first rounds of the T side. Again, spearheading this attack, walking in mid, trying to find an opener. Is anybody walked into his crosshair? No, it's going to be you jerks actually across the map, dying to a disbalance, but every single time there's a positive trade for sAw. There to punish anybody else. Now Shalfie versus Mutiris. Which one is going to be more patient? And it's going to be the T player because he does not need to go and defuse this.
Oh, it's actually looking like a pretty good setup. Don't need to waste anything else. Shalfei, very aware of the position of Maturis, but Story has his favorite weapon in his hands. That's the op. Results can be the spanner in the works here. A retake happening as it's 1 versus 2. Agil, the new addition, needs to find the headshot, and he will. So that is at least some plus points in terms of respect for him. He's saving sAw in this round.
It doesn't even matter. They only got one round into the one gun into the next. They needed the round no matter what. And Agil saves the big green after that. Story putting in the work, and of course the final 1 versus 2 right here for the new addition to the roster. Very nice, very patient, getting the first, repositioning for the second. And now 9 Pandas are going for a little bit of a small buy. You know, 5.7s, a couple of armors, some mollies, some HEs, but they're also facing a Mac 10. Desperate. Udrix really wants to get his second kill. He's so close to finding Shalfei, but Shalfei's gonna find him first. No, he's not. Udrix gets the second. Barely, to be fair.
Pull out the party poppers. Celebration. There's a second kill for Udrix, finally. As he will now even be given the big green, so that's quite the upgrade in terms of weaponry.
Yeah, from Mac 10 to the AWP, Dilettes spotted a player behind Pillar. It was Agil. He will fall back just slightly, and 9 Pandas currently stacking with 3 players in A and a single one who's about to die. Oh, okay. I mean, I'm not blaming Udrix for not holding that angle. He's not the AWP player, and it doesn't matter. It will most likely be a shooting range for Story and Agil, who both find a kill of the 9 Pandas CT players. Still very spread around the map. Looking at the radar right now, it's kind of strange to see this approach from sAw.
I do appreciate it.
I mean, it's working.
Yeah, I mean, and we've seen some of these force buys from 9. Well, we haven't seen many of the force buys from 9, but we've seen it those rounds can get quite dangerous. So going for the full spread out play, knowing especially when you have that 1-man advantage after this very kill, just waiting, just stay patient. They already saw one push on B. They're expecting to get a push on A, and Story is just gonna walk through, right? Finally, some forward movement from sAw.
9-7.
What we like to see.
They got one more round than they had on the entirety of Dust2, and this is the dangers of 9 Pandas on Anubis. They might be very stellar on the CT side, on the T side, but the CT has looked shambolic statistic-wise over the last couple of times they've played this map. So if 9 Pandas lose this one, I would be quite concerned for them, but it's a big if. They haven't lost many gun rounds in this entire series yet.
It's a good setup, quite a higher position. Agil, though, very fast, taking no results. Not letting him get anything else. Shalfei also surprised. Udrix out of nowhere. Where does this come from? Oh, now 9 Pandas have got to watch out, because if Udrix starts fragging, that's when sAw are finally back into the server. Out of nowhere, 2 entry frags. That is good to see. That completely changes the vibe, I reckon.
And, oh,
yeah,
the ladies might have heard Roman there. They might find a couple more kills, but no matter what, sAw finds their 8th round, and they're gonna even find an AWP, as I was wrong. Roman was not heard by Dilettes, who will now love to run and get that AWP, but, you know, rather opts to save the M4A1 for the next round, and I believe we might be very close to a tactical timeout from 9 Pandas. Either now or next round should be coming as, okay, Roman still tried, right? I appreciate the try, but sadly, his attempt was so unsuccessful that's going to allow Dilettes to save the off.
Yeah, it was the timing where Dilettes could have just walked towards the AWP, so I kind of get wanting to maybe catch a running away Dilettes, who has just picked up the AWP. Timing just really doesn't work out. Not necessarily the worst play sAw have made today. And no timeout. I think the confidence is still there. Fierce, still not needed.
It's not a full gun round. I think that's why. I think if it would be a full gun round, they would call it. And so we have Idis Balance versus Story. Yet again, coming out on top. And I appreciate the change of pace. He's going so deep. Agil has already dropped, but he does need someone to hold his close right corner in the smoke. Result. Just lose the duel, but oh my god, glowing and Idis Balance find him. Roman Good trade through the smoke, and Mutiris brings it back to an even. Diledis plays behind the pillar. Nobody's gonna expect this, Diledis. It doesn't gonna have the timing.
Are they?
Yes, but Roman gets the headshot with the AK-47, and it's gonna be Schalfe. 5-7 in hand and needs to find a gun if he wants to go for the retake. The AK is at his feet, and he will go all the way back to main.
The old guard, the 0 and 5 brothers, will now have an attempt at the 2 versus 3. Schalfe with a smoke and a nade, no head armor. This might be a surprising position, but Roman at least tucks in to a secure angle. They are playing disconnected. Where's Maturis going?
I don't know what the play is, but
it doesn't
Roman
matter.
just checks his right, and Schalfe was not aware of the right angle. And that's gonna be 9-all. As 9 Pandas has lost very many rounds in a row right now. We often speak about the cliche momentum, but you gotta think about that. sAw is definitely starting to come alive. And 9 Pandas, with the exception of ID's balance and result, have kind of been dying down over the last few rounds.
Yeah, not the same output as before. Midas Balance still really showing up, showing his power in the previous round. And still with that AWP, sAw just haven't been able to get that thing out of his hands.
Result?
But
they're playing together, they're lining up!
Ahead of the flashbang, nearly a nice play. It is at least 1 kill. So a good play nonetheless, making it a 4 versus 4, making the rotations incredibly tight for 9 Pandas. Very little mistakes to, well, yeah.
There's also a bit of a change-up, Sheep. ID's balance has left B, now in A. This could be an element of surprise, but as I say that, he's actually rotating back to B, so maybe not so much. As 1 minute on the clock, Story and U-Jerks smoking up, and they're crossing. That was actually a CT smoke. So it's going to allow the T's to infiltrate. And
Schalfe
is aware. But is he aware enough? No, he's not, because the Tech 9 takes the 9th Panda out, and Roman kills the FAMAS player. First time this entire evening, Sheep, where sAw has the lead.
That is one crazy statistic, but it is just in time near the end of map 2. After being 1 map down, there's no better spot where you want to have your first opener. And is that happening? ID's balance ID's balance not reacting to shots?
He was looking at the radar, 100%.
Yeah, that might have been the case, but oh boy, that is that's something that you don't want. And look at the money. We've seen the saves. We've seen the threats that 9 Pandas can have with 1 AWP and 1 rifle. Now, none will be there. It is sAw that is looking likely to gain an 11th. As a timeout, I don't know if it's called, but I don't know if it's called by 9 Pandas or if it's a technical. But a bit of a breather is at least a good one.
And you love to see the Kidia player of the match actually leading the scoreboard. It's Agile with 18 kills after what was a very quiet Dust2 and even a quieter first half of Anubis. He's now taking shape into the player that we expect him to be constantly, right? 18 kills in 19 rounds of play, almost 1 kill per round, very impactful. At the same time, for 9 Pandas, resolved in ID's balance, still putting up great numbers. It's just glowing in Schalfe, particularly. I feel like have lost a couple of duels that should have gone in their favor in the last 3 rounds.
Yeah, it is a bit of a point where you're looking at it like, okay, yeah, you're starting to lose some duels, but looking at the game plan that sAw are putting in now, they are fully banking on being able to just get the 4 versus 4. Their puzzle solving has been really good in the mid rounds. We saw it in the previous, where yeah, you go that 1 man down. Disbalance is disbalanced himself. He's wonky. He's wobbling between the bomb sites, not really knowing where to go. And at the same time, they're just strolling through middle. The bomb site gets pincered, and you lose the round. And those decisions are going in the favor of sAw, and it's looking a lot better. It really is. And hopefully this pause isn't too long, as we want to get back into the game.
Yeah, I mean, this is gonna cool off sAw a little bit, but lucky for them, they will be playing versus what I assume should not be a force buy from 9Pandas. Yes, the CTs can force here, but like we mentioned time and time again, most of the success they found was on the opening parts from I Disbalance with the AWP. So maybe don't don't commit to it just now if you can't fully buy, right?
Yeah, you want to get that op in, and it's not like they have to make the decision yet to give up the possibility for overtime or not, right? It is it is still quite okay in that regard.
Yeah.
Um, so just in time to have your money be broken for 9 Pandas.
Putting you on the spot, Sheep. Are we going to a map 3?
Yes,
100%?
yes, I'm standing in that spot for a while now, so I was
Got
ready.
it. You're
You know,
getting to
I
get nuked
yeah.
around by a sAw and 9Pandas. We also gotta highlight. This is why, you know, I gotta say, statistics are never everything. Statistics are never the whole story. But we talked about a piece of statistic that was very crucial when talking about Anubis, and that's the fact that 9Pandas don't win rounds on the CT side, and so far, they have yet to find a single one.
Yeah, it's been a long streak. It really has. Shall I get the exact numbers in for you?
Yes, absolutely.
It
As we
is
see, yes.
a 41.1% win rate on the CT side.
Wait, let me tell you another statistic percentage-wise as well. So far, it's a big O%. I don't know if double MP9 and M4A1 are going to do it, but it's a different approach. They are
Force?
completely storming it. It's a half force, right? Resold and
Oh, yeah.
Shalfie, you could be struggling next round, but they've taken control of both mid and water, and they don't really have the gunnery for that. But Roman and the rest of his squad are making a bit of an attempt here in B long, but the smoke actually going to deter them a little bit.
Yeah, that's an interesting one because there was a lot of util used from sAw towards that B bomb site. A single smoke, the single smoke, completely just destroys all the advances that they had, and delayed as does not pull the trigger. Oh, smart man. Because now his position is not revealed. Agile looking to trade though. Oh, this round is hanging in the balance, and Shalfei might break that.
Perfect timing
Get
for
tossed.
Shalfie.
Yep, that's
Find
one.
the first. He led this with a second. It's got to find. Easy peasy for the M4A1 player. I thought it might not be enough, but now Agile and Story still here with something to play for. Story opens up the map, allowing Agile to get on top of site. Result actually on the flank, on the prow with the MP9. Is this balance coming in with a 5-second? They're gonna punish him, and it's the Tech 9 player. 20 seconds, does have the bomb, switches to the AK-47. Can you get the first? Yes, you can. Tech 9 in hand. No more bullets in the AK. One bullet would get the job done. Story wants to go for it, but Result with the crouch spray down takes out the Portuguese player. But Story, man, definitely making us believe.
That would have truly been something. We talk about round wins and round losses for 9Pandas. It's their first on the CT side, and a great timing on it. And oh my goodness, 3 bullets in total were necessary to connect for Story in the end of that clutch there. Still, the money is there. They're still good, right? This can only be a small hiccup, but that decision to go for a couple of rifles in round number 20 does pan out wonderfully for the Pandas.
Yeah, the 2 MP9s and the M4A1 worked out, but it was more the approach than the weaponry that actually
The push
helped them prevail.
Just push everything.
And that smoke in B long that stopped sAw from taking over when they had 4 players ready to do it is actually what triggered that entire cycle.
Yeah, all the timings working in favor of 9Pandas as it's a bit of an awkward response from sAw again. Full util used on towards the B bombs, and you can't let yourself be beaten by a single smoke this time. But
They are.
this is so similar. Wait, what? This is confusing me. I don't know because there's no response from 9Pandas. I don't know what the thought process behind this is.
There's a lot of doubt, Sheep. A lot of doubt from sAw here, and I mean, considering how well they played up until last round, I don't know what would be the case. Rare miss from Balance, but Glowing gotta try to be aggressive, gets punished by Agile. Now, player advantage for the T-side. Shalfie is gonna bring it back to an even close. have yet to make a decision, and Result bringing exactly what his name says, results in that parts of the map, breaking the 20 kill scoreboard.
Timing. Oh.
Story, what are we doing?
I wanted to throw to Molly, but
20 seconds.
if hoped in, it would have been a bit better. Roman will be traded instantly, and they're
What a
going to be
bait.
running back over towards B. No movement from Shalfei. He needs to get at least one kill. If he goes down early, sAw are in this, and it will be one. Not traded yet, still alive, making it difficult for Materis. There's nothing here for sAw. 9 Pandas. They stopped them at the death. 11, they're back in the lead.
And the money is not there. We might be looking at a couple of map and match points for 9 Pandas if sAw cannot pull an upset right now. Delayed is here, knew he was low in HP, allow the opponents to kill his teammate in the back of the head, but allowing himself to instantly get the trade. And now sAw, they're calling it here. Final tactical timeout in regulation. They don't want to wait for overtime to call it. Well, for potential overtime to play for. They are actually considering assessing all their options. Do we want to get 2 AKs? Do we want to go Tech 9s? Yes, they do. They do not want to risk being against match points, so they're gonna get a couple of Galils, a couple of Tech 9s, and Sheep. Do you think this is the correct decision?
Yes. I mean, it's too risky, right? 9 Pandas have had too many one-off plays. Well, they've had a lot of one-off plays, about 13 on Dust2. But they can be so surprising. You just don't want to run that risk of letting them get to 12 and get that confidence, get that security in. It needs to happen right here and right now. Story has been able to do a lot with that Tech 9. They're waiting on the boost possibility for that angle. It's not going to happen. I want to see some determination from sAw. None of this throw some util and then fall back and be doubtful. No, you need to make a play here. And they're gonna get within the smoke. Delayed will be spread apart as Roman finds one more. Glowing in the sight has it all to do. And
He's doing it
from Glowing. 3 HP, but he's still fighting.
Unbelievable. What a turnaround. We just thought sAw has it, but Ujurks and Roman still have something to say right here as Shalfei needs to find the first, and he will. And now Ujurks 19 HP. It's all that stands between him and Shalfei to win the round. And he's gonna find it on the back of what was glowing, shining bright like a diamond, glowing bright like a diamond. You could even say Rihanna might need to change her lyrics, as series point guaranteed for 9 Pandas. 2 chances for them to qualify to the next round, as sAw will have to play with basically nothing if they want to stay in the tournament.
A disaster from sAw falling apart at the hands of Glowing. And what a destruction that is. The triple spray, a very similar buy to the last. Ujurks already low, and that clutch just... Oh, that bites you the wrong way. No shot connected from Idisbalance. sAw staying alive for just a bit longer. But oh boy, this is not looking comfortable. I mean, what do you do here? Do you commit to a full 5-man rush? Do you wait for a pick? I mean, we're starting at the W default on Anubis. But they're not gonna get anything. 9 Pandas, of course they're not gonna push it around like this.
Shalfei playing a bit close for my liking.
Himself.
Gonna switch to the USB. This is not a good look for Shalfei. Oh, Moteri's gotta shoot him in the back of the head. No, he's not. The patience from the Galil player finally prevails. Gets the headshot right away. Shalfei's out of the game for this foreseeable
conversion.
Map. And now Materis is there. In this balance, Result is the last player standing on the side. But they're walking into Dil. No. A couple of missed shots there allow sAw to rotate all the way to B.
My heart rate is spiking in these rounds. So many moments where it's anyone's game. That fight, that could have been a double spray and the end of sAw, but they managed to survive just for a bit longer.
Sheep, do you think they should save? They don't have the money. 9 Pandas won a couple of back-to-back rounds, but they didn't save that many players, so it's gonna be full 24, we officially gonna see play
Op
in
safe though.
this game. Yeah,
Op safe.
AWP.
I mean, that's for 9Pandas saving that AWP. It's gonna be worth it 100%. We've seen them nearly win a round with an op and an M4A4. Right? They're gonna have more than that for the upcoming. They're gonna be quite alright, I think. But the loss bonus is very low. Delayed is gonna be at 1.4k.
But sAw will also have the benefits of bigger weaponry compared to what they had to play with the last 2 rounds. AK, double M4,
Or 1.9. Okay.
Yeah, that's not our strong suit, but you know.
So.
12-11, still series points for 9Pandas. sAw is looking to break their opponents, and it's going to be the first tactical timeout used by the CTs in this entire map. I mean, I guess they didn't really need to use it up until this point. There was a string of rounds they lost at the beginning of the second half, but then swiftly turned it around. I'm not judging the fact that they haven't used more tact timeouts until now.
No, and it was a bit of a technical issue, but I think that was placed right at a point, right? sAw taking the lead. I think that was also kind of used as a tactical timeout for 9Pandas. You get a bit of a breather. You can sort of recover into the next round. They've used 2 back-to-back timeouts. Oh, they want to kill every single kilometer of momentum.
They might use all 3 of them. I mean, it's regulations done, so why not?
Imagine if they actually use a 3rd. Oh, that'd be so BM.
And they've somehow managed to gather enough credits for reinvesting in 2 other M4s, and the FAMAS smokes molly galore for them. So the economy for 9Pandas is looking as healthy as they could have gathered up until now. It's you love to see it. Final round, 24th. Everybody firing on all cylinders. The only thing that we don't see is Story with the AWP, but to be fair, he's had so much success on DAK that I don't mind that.
No, it's fine, right? But no, op I think actually works in the favor of sAw here because they won't be relying on it. Shalfei looking to play with blowing to be a bit aggressive. Result's gonna go straight. That's heard 100%, and a Molotov missing. That's an opening pick. Jerks, the man that was memed on for getting his only second kill of the game, now opens up in one of the most important rounds they'll play in this tournament. But mind you, if this goes to OT, sAw will start on the T side of overtime, right? They will have that advantage.
But mind you, there might not be an AWP for Story, but there is one for iDisbalance, who has been rather quiet the last several rounds. But we know how impactful he can be if he sees anyone get close to his side. Player advantage with 1 minute on the clock. Spray down through the smoke, trying to maybe find a gap.
It's looking like sAw are going for a correct finish, going for a B split, especially with a 1-man up. You know they've got to load at least one part of the bomb site, and very rarely that is the B bomb site. So I do think this is a great choice. They leave one player lurking for footsteps, lurking for util used. I think there was a single flashbang from the CTs thrown in there. There's going to be 4 versus 1 iDisbalance. We talked about how good he is, how good he's been, but he's going to be forced out. The util is going to be enough. Bomb thrown across. Effective. And that's a bit sketchy. 4 versus 4.
Slightly AFK right there, but maybe not the best moment for that to happen. Still, Mutir is going to find an easy kill on iDisbalance, not clearing his wide left corner now. Flash is flying in, but Result is on such a slow lurk, and Mutir will just put an end to everybody else's attempt. 3 kills for the Portuguese. Now Result, oh yeah, I'm a save for OT. I mean, you know, stats mean stats. I don't judge it. 23 and 11. You can do whatever you want.
Result hasn't clocked into the HLTV rating update. I think he's just gonna try and save Jerks, finishing it off, and sAw take it to overtime, 9-3 on both halves. We're gonna go 12-12. We're gonna get some more. Oh boy, and a reminder, Mutiris currently 18-14. He started this game 0-5. So that's 18-9 effectively after his first frag, which is pretty damn impressive on the sAw recovery.
Yeah, at the same time, Ujerk started 1-0, and he's 7-19. If you want to do some maths for us there, but of course, no, we're just joking here. Ujerk's has actually woken up and played quite a crucial role in this comeback that Saw
Yep.
managed to mount up until this point. And now, Story back on the AWP. It has been ID's balance rather quiet on the CT side of Anubis compared to what we've seen from him previously. He needs to find more success for 9 Pandas if they want to win this in 2 maps. And he finds it just now.
Bang. Good trade instantly. 2 op shots only. That's going to be that opening fight done. I want to give my props to Arcadia player to watch for managing that A main area. He's been passive there most of the rounds, but he's been keeping them back. And it's been looking very, very good from Agile. Or Agile. Sorry, mispronunciation. But with 1 minute left, we still have the 4 versus 4. Saw have been good in these on the T side, but 9 Pandas are not going to sit around waiting like some grandmas. That's an opening pick and not the double trade.
Okay, Glowing playing a little bit behind the pillar. Well, getting Molly out. That should not extend to him, I don't think. So he should be fine there for a while longer. As Shalfie picked up the AWP and is going to punish Story, who was holding the same angle for the last couple of, the last half minute. And now Roman has to reposition himself, drops down to water, and tries to get closer to Agile.
In the meantime, that fight happening, Agile got dinked by the M4. And Glowing knows, so he's just going to come spraying around the corner. This is looking like an opening round in overtime for 9 Pandas on the CT side. But Roman can have something to say about this. A classical man, a classical clutch, but it's 8 seconds. And on the bomb site, Shalfe will stop it. 13 on the board for Pandas.
A classical man. Is that because of Romans, as in historical Romans? Is that what we're doing? Of course, baby. I see. Okay. 9 Pandas, finally, kickstarting a CT side on the right foot. I actually believe this is the first CT side the first round on the CT side that they win this entire series. Because on Dust2, they lost the pistols when they were CT. On Anubis, they lost the pistols when they were CT. Yes, they didn't play pistols because it's OT, but hey, they managed to start on the right.
Yeah, finally an opening round on the CT side for the Pandas. And Saw, after an equal trade, mostly that fight from Agile, not really working out in the A main area. Glowing doing very well there, winning that one-on-one fight, completely changing the dynamic of the round. And now we're going to see a bit more of a direct play, unless it gets stopped by a single smoke again on this bomb site. You might see them opening this up.
All of these HEs dissipating the smoke, and Glowing is going to get punished just by that. Pop that through the smoke, and now Deletis somehow finds a couple. Beautiful. But Story is unstoppable. So is Ujerks, getting 2 kills for his team. Now Agile playing an off angle. ID's balance is going to be near impossible for him to find this opening kill unless someone walks into his crosshair, but Result dies first. And Agile with the last 13 all.
Triple layered into the bomb site, right? Sending in the entry fragger first, putting in 2 players behind it, and then the final 2 players, making it a bit of a step-by-step entry into the bomb site, making sure every trade gets confirmed. Very nicely done by Saw. All the timing's working out lovely there on the side take. Deserves to be praised. That was a good round. Hoping for Saw that they managed to keep, or to at least take 2 rounds into their T side, because the CT side left quite a bit to be desired from them as well.
Yeah, both teams struggling on that one. Yeah. That's why we see ourselves here, but Glowing. Oh my god, I don't think they hurt him. Okay, there is a pop flash there, but he's still playing behind the smoke. The dissipate. It's not gonna work. They're switching the gun. We're still finding the kill. As a result, shows up to get the trade. Roman, how is he there? They swap places. They walk through the smoke. Deletis. Roman seems to be aware, though. Not surprised. Okay, a bit of a teammate damage there. They did not see him walk through the smoke, but he still gets the headshot as Roman is unbelievably accurate right now. Ujerks coming in with a couple of his own, and Saw with a round advantage going into the second half of this OT.
They won 3 CT rounds in total. They're gonna nearly need to equalize that. with 2 rounds on their CT side. They're gonna have everything they want. A lot of it was with the momentum, was with the util, with the weaponry. That's not a factor right now. sAw in the lead again, this time closer to map point than they've been. 14 on the board, and it's still damning, right? We're talking about sAw as if it would be a series decider, but it would just take us to Nuke. It would just extend play. 9 Pandas are the ones looking to be done here. If they manage to win 3 in a row, Story gonna be aggressive.
Does not connect early on. sAw, aggressive position outside of B long. He's not alone this time around. A couple of flashes are flying in and smoke. Well slowed down. Any attempts as Diletis is actually getting shot in the back by a teammate. Maybe as a bait is Roman. Close, and Ujux punishes. That was a huge mistake there, giving the sound cue away, and now player advantage for the CTs. sAw very happy with the beginning of this round. Another minute and 20 seconds left on the clock, and they have basically killed 2.5 players of 9 Pandas.
Yeah, result walking, limping. Endangered species, as their org Pandas are as well. 5 versus 3. There should be no way, right? It's going to be Story very secure on the mid one. Mutier is finding one more. This is going to be map point on map number 2. sAw. What was the scoreline again? 8-1 at some point?
Yes, it was.
And we're looking at sAw getting a map point. 2 map points, actually. So that is that. sAw, I think, finally some smiles on their faces, but game's not done. Like the late great Kobe said. 5 players alive. What a round as well on the CTs.
I feel like this might be the first flawless round we see sAw win in the entirety of this series thus far. But like you said, ladies and gentlemen, remember, this is only map 2. The action may very well continue if sAw can push this over the finish line. But 9 Pandas still have all of the credits needed to fight for this, as Disbalance goes back for the AWP. And Sheep, I might tell you a very tragic statistic. In the last, I believe, 11 rounds, Disbalance has found a single kill.
Oof. That certainly has been felt by 9 Pandas, losing the impact of your AWP. Ujux being very wise as to not challenge that. And now he finds one, nearly lines up the second. It is a trade, but Roman is still here. They're leaving a tiny gap within this bomb site. Balance finding one more. Agile, what is this? Just storming through. It is it. sAw with a 3 versus 1 carry us to a map 3. How have they done this?
It's patience, it's resilience, and it's all of the confidence that they needed in each other. 3 of their players starting on the back foot with very few impactful kills, or almost no kills for the first 7-8 rounds. But in the end, they knew they had the tools, and they prevailed in overtime to take us to the deciding. At the same time, we got to talk about his counterpart, and not necessarily as a star player per se, but the player that had arguably the most impact in the beginning portions of this series, and it has been Disbalance, which he's been completely unnoticed as we are heading towards the pistol round of Nuke, and hopefully Disbalance can start his flow as 9 Pandas will be the ones beginning on the CT side of Nuke on the deciding map 3.
For both teams, a great map here. Feels like they're playing on their home ground. Could have been the first pick of either team. Both leave it for a third. We're not going to see as fast of a T-side round as we are used to. We have shelfFake getting ready for the knife in the vent rush. Ujux missing a bit of the timing, but it is going to be the A play. 2 openers. That's quick. shelfFake up, but Ujux after the fumble gets himself a double, and that's round already over here.
We have yet to see a CT pistol round victory in this entire map. Unless Glowing...
That's true, actually.
Unless Glowing can pull one out of his bag right now, but it seems highly unlikely. At least he gets 1 kill for his confidence. But look at him. 2 players on his tail already. He's going to get sandwiched in a matter of moments. We call this a glowing Subway sandwich if they're going to get on his tail. Finally, Ujux gets his third. And what a start for Ujux as well. One of the players from sAw side that was really underwhelming on Anubis, despite them being on the winning side. So him getting a confidence 3K to open up the map on the deciding one is exactly what you love to see.
Yeah, he's starting off way better in one round than he did in a half and a bit. So Jerks, even after the bit of a fumble on the jump, does very nicely. 3 kills indeed. As you mentioned, we're going to see the CT force by rear its head again. As Agile, very fast in, but they get mown down by a 5-7. That's not the start you want at all. What is this? 2 versus 4. Oh, damn.
Relentless. 9 Pandas never seem to put a stop. This balance. Gonna get a cheat out of position. A couple of AK bullets flying towards him as Ujerk still wants to play for this round. It's not going to be the easiest task as Roman is also down to 24 HP, and there's the one thing going in their favor is the time, right? They've got plenty of time, but not the bomb.
Mention, bombs dropped in the middle of the bomb site. Delayed is staring at it. Yeah, you're not going to attempt this again. This is a quick turnaround from what was a bit of a successful start, saving 2 AKs. It's going to be a long save. You might want to do a bit of extra damage, but this is quite a desperate situation for the Portuguese team. Unless
there's still plenty of time. That's the one thing that I think they're banking on, and Ujerks is going to try to explore and maybe punish another one of these CT players. It would be amazing if you could open up versus Shelfie. He gets the headshot, and that's an easy connection. 2 versus 2 now. The flash is coming in. Diledis has to play behind the vent. Ujerk spots one of the players, 5 bullets in hand, 3, might need to reload, but Glowing just turns around and finds that bullet to Roman's chest. Easy kill. Ujerks will fall in the end. 1-1.
Somewhat of a good attempt. Running out of bullets, not necessarily what you want to see on the side of sAw, but yeah, that opening from Diledis, getting a double kill with that 5-7, and then Result pushing in just straight through the hut. That is the 9 Pandas that we're used to seeing, going straight for it. Their keyboard's getting enough use at the start of rounds, but obviously sAw are going to try and return the favor. But it is a bit less powerful, I have a feeling. Let's see if they can manage to get something done here.
Force this time around from sAw. They don't want to let go of what could be a good start on Nuke. Pistols in their favor, got punished right away, and they want to replicate some of what 9 Pandas just achieved versus them. But Shalfie playing this angle, very good position from here. Is going to try to get a bit curious. Gets pushed back by his smoke. The take line actually overwhelming him. Story gets 1 and a lot of damage dealt to Result. This balance, playing outside. And Roman, the Tech 9s are doing so much work so far, Sheep.
And the bottom bomb site fully open, fully empty. Muturis and Roman finishing off 2 of the kills that have already been started. Glowing and Diledis, we might actually... Yeah, I think it's very likely that we see back-to-back kills. Diledis and Glowing. Having 2 AKs is going to prompt save more than it would help them retake this. Getting 2 AKs on the CT side is something that you'd gladly take. But that's the round back from sAw. From going from like round streak after round streak to now starting to trade rounds, it feels a bit like unfamiliar territory, gotta say.
Of course, but this is why you highlighted, Sheep. This is one of the better maps for both of these teams, and that's what we want to see. They want to trade rounds. They want to go band for band, and so far, I love this, and I think in this particular scenario, sAw has the advantage. And not only they will get 3 players into the next round, but, you know, you're playing T-side of Nuke. Traditionally, one of, if not, arguably the weakest side in the entirety of Counter-Strike. If you can get as many rounds as possible, be it 4, 5, or more, that is gonna dictate how you can convert more CT rounds and win.
Yeah, those T-side rounds, you're really banking on the economy to break, to really get something done. It's a flip run boost. The glowing star will remain shining from ground level, although Diledis gets his turn.
Very confident here on Dilettes. With the AK-47, we know how deadly he can be. The wall of smokes will start dissipating in a matter of seconds. I believe he might have spotted a leg over there, but he's gonna reposition to the right, gonna drop towards main. The T's have heard him, but 3 of them are infiltrated already.
Yeah, that's a good job. It's the first time we see the outside smokes. Hoping to see it in a lot of the following rounds. As Story kind of tries to fake that they haven't gone down the ramp, haven't gone down secret with that Molotov, but Dileda is not to be fooled. It's going to be the one trade. The 5-7 again, nearly being a detriment to sAw.
Now 3 versus 3.
Yeah, the rotational play is so important now in this 3v3 because you can't plant for free on the B-bomb side. It's being covered by a disbalance.
But he does only have a scout and has yet to find a kill. And now Glowing. It's gonna be the last player standing in A. He's gonna fire the first one. Yes, he will. The second just walks into his crosshair. And now Story with 30 seconds needs to get on top of the side as Glowing is trying to fight in long range. But the player in heaven will put an end to this attempt as Shalfi uses the FAMAS to great success.
And with no loss bonus, I have a feeling we're gonna see sAw go for another force buy. We're really trading it every single round here. Who's gonna come out with the advantage? Usually, when all these rounds getting traded back and forth, it is at a disadvantage of the CTs. But looking at all the weaponry that they carry, it's not looking likely to be the case at this time. Look at that, full util, full rifles.
It has been unlikely for, well, about 4 rounds so far, and they have made it work somehow. Both teams have, and this one time I wouldn't be surprised if it's gonna go the same way. But Glowing, full flash, well, half flash gets the kill, and now Is Balance comes around. This time not a scoped weapon, but an AK-47 instead to get the first. And now the Tech 9 again, very much the gun of the moment on this beginning of Nuke, gets the headshot and takes out the player in hell.
Going over towards B, they need to stay grouped together if they want to be able to trade onto Glowing. One awkward position, caught in transition. And the trade is there. 2 versus 3, still very much possible for sAw, but they're going to need to hit absolutely every single shot. That has been heard. The Jill must clock into the fact that Dilettes is ahead of this flame, but still, the shot coming through. Another 1v3. That's a great start. 19 HP to work with. And it's versus Result, who's still at the top.
The biggest problem seems to be the gun disadvantage and the HP, of course, and he's gonna walk into Result's crosshair most likely. No, Motiris, very patient, but not patient enough, and he's just gonna be an easy pick-off for the CT player, and it's gonna break the cycle, Sheep.
Yeah, it will. First rounds back-to-back, still good damage done, leaving only 1 alive on the CTs. Motiris, in that 1 versus 1, it's not a favorable fight to go into vent, especially knowing you're low HP. I think it's this fight that really decided the round there. If Dilettes doesn't get that kill, it's going to be 2 versus 2 with the advantage T. So, Pandas looking to start this map similarly as the last 2, with the advantage growing and growing. You finally get a bit of a breather with sAw on the pistols.
I wouldn't go so far as say the breather. There was a deagle, but gets taken out right away. And okay, it is balanced. The long-range expert, the just jumping in with the Glock, tries to find at least 1 bullet to his opponent. It's going to be agile using the deagle, but not much more that the T's can get, as only 1 player falls in that entire round. 4-2 for 9 Pandas. And you know, I'm not siding with any team sheet, but I want 9 Pandas to get at least 7 on the city side of Nuke so we can have a competitive second half.
Yeah, that's true, but it just doesn't feel as if sAw at this point, even though they had a wonderful comeback on Anubis, right? It still doesn't feel like the sAw that we've seen play amazingly on Nuke, that we've seen beat FaZe Clan on Nuke. Of course, there are a different player. There isn't the coach anymore. But still, 4 players remaining the same should at least mean something. But for now, the record of sAw still hanging a bit in the balance.
Motiris and Ujerks making easy work of Shalfi. Sprayed down, forcing him to jump out. Ujerks spots him above the box and gets the kill. And now player advantage with 90 seconds on the board. The only problem is, I'm not quite sure we're going to expect such a very unconventional angle for an AWP player. Motiris, though, is not going to rush himself. He's going to wait for a teammate, and they might try to pop flash in and jump on top of the AW player.
sAw is just waiting for any extra point of information. I just balance. This is going to be a double kill, isn't it? Oh no, it's going to be nothing. Spreading them.
Gets out for now. Tries the second time. He's going to miss again. Rare miss, but the third time will also not connect as Motiris is again on the prowl. Relentless, pouncing in, getting on top of B. But the problem is the bomb's not quite there yet. And now spots the head. Does not connect with a couple of bullets. And Glowing doesn't even shoot him back.
Goodness, an off angle in the middle, out in the open on the bomb side. Way deeper than expected. They're taking the control. Results will be double peaked. Would have been a triple if he managed to stay alive for a bit longer. Delayed is on the correct bomb side, but the flash fully wrecks him. It's sAw winning that T-side round from start to finish. Accurate shots. Concerning thing, I disbalance, missing 3 shots, Wexen.
I gotta say, it was also not the best angle for an AW player, you know, and he has been very unsuccessful with the AWP since switching sides on Anubis. That feels like it was over an hour ago, and even the 3 kills he has now, they've all been with the AK-47, so maybe his entire energy was expended for the first map and a half of the series.
I surely not, right? It's...
I hope not,
I mean,
but it clearly looks that way.
Yeah, running out of stamina, but this is only one best of 3. I mean, that's concerning. Ujerks flashed and keeping himself safe. Oh, beautiful shot right back.
He's topping the scoreboard. He's definitely awakened. He's been upset about his Anubis performance, and he's now on the nuke. And like, guys, I can only apologize for what happened. Thanks for carrying me through that. Now it's my turn to show up what I got. As I say that, it is Powers finally finds one, and Result with the second. Player advantage for the Pandas, but Ujerks is not stopping here as Motiris also finds Shalfi. 3 versus 2, and they bring it back in their favor. The A bomb site is fully clear, and it's gonna have to be a retake attempt, but Glowing was still about to find Agile. No, not there in time, and now decision, and the decision will be to join the afterlife.
I disbalance was at the wrong bomb site for the better part of that round. sAw just going for those solo entries, trying to support each other a bit with a couple of flashbangs here and there, but mostly trying to spread the confusion and spread some headshots all across the board. 3 players getting all of the kills, and I disbalance is going to save his trusty AWP. sAw, they are returning as they are on their what feels like home turf, the map that they made their name on. Let's have a bit of a list. 9 Pandas could be next. Mongols, Nadas, Fincer, G2, FaZe, Sangal, Big, all falling to sAw on this very map. And those are some trophies.
Like Hercules collecting the trophies, the heads of his victims, I guess. Right now, 9 Pandas' economy is abysmal. Only
so many skulls you could make a wither out of it.
Yeah. I don't know what the plan is here for 9 Pandas. We're gonna just overlook that as they desperately need to save. So sAw back in cruise control here, unless iDisbalance can pull up some miracle here, and he's trying. He's gonna go for the anti-flash and tries to find something in door, but oh my god, they're all jumping in vents. They're all down. Oh, they're blocking each other. And the CTs are on their tail. Okay, Agile. Does he even realize? Yes, he's out of the smoke now, but Shalfi might just find an easy free kill. No, he's not looking right. He's looking, well, he was looking right, but not in the right side. And now gets pushed back by the Molly. Now Glowing finds Agile, but there is one more player lurking in teammate.
Oh, good rush down. keeping the one-man advantage. There's no defuse kit, but still, this could get a bit dangerous as now
It
Roman
is.
and U-Jerks thrown into the 2 versus 4. This fight also goes wrong. U-Jerks
One.
needs to clutch this.
He's going for more, but he's getting headshot, roll back,
More.
and destroyed as they've managed to do it. We thought it will have to be Idis balance. He found one, but it was all the pistol players and the sneaky smoke rush for the flank that baited sAw into unconventional fights. And they not only lose the round, but they only kill 2 CTs.
My goodness, 2 AKs and an AWP carried over from that round. It was less than, it's more than they started with. What a round. And again, these pistols, we already saw the threat that 9 Pandas have with them. And sAw, well, the blades becoming a bit dull against the 5.7s. Not able to do just as much damage as you're used to. So back into full gun rounds, which I don't think we are complaining about, as they are have been very exciting, and it will continue with banging entries up until the top bomb site. 2 players left only for 9 Pandas in a blink of an eye.
Tango continues. Every single time when a team is about to pull ahead,
Yep.
they don't. It's the dance that we love to see, and this is kind of what we were hoping for. 7-5 scoreline at the half would be ideal, but it depends which side is gonna collect it. It is balance. Might get hunted down here. I don't know if you can stay alive as 3 players are walking your way. You can find the first, but the second will not connect. Get sprayed down in the back of the head by Story, and it's gonna be only Glow hiding behind this forklift in CT spawn. So 9 Pandas, their economy again far from perfect, but they've done it with less previously.
I have a feeling sAw can go for such an A pop with their eyes closed. I have a feeling they dream about an A side take once in a while on a nice full moon night, because sAw executing that to perfection, the bomb being planted after 20 seconds after the round start. And mind you, you have to run quite a bit until you get close to that bomb site. So pretty much no time lost from the bomb going from spawn to being planted. 3 kills in the meantime, and sAw just execute that to perfection. And that means 9 Pandas, they have it's necessary to have that extra person of coverage on this top bomb site.
They're spraying each other down, and
Yep.
the result is on the receiving end of way more damage. Somehow still alive. The HE does not connect. It's actually going to be his grenade getting the kill in exchange, and one player dropping down.
Huh?
Roman is like Neo in the Matrix. U-Jerks gets the kill with the grenade, but it is balanced with another trade. Mutiris is there for that, and 3 versus 3 somehow. Finally, Shalfie is there to get the player advantage. Mutiris so close, gets the headshot again. He has been unbelievable so far. 10 kills for the old guard of sAw right now. Playing top hut, they've inverted the roles. Look at them. The 2 CTs
God.
actually getting picked apart. Roman with the kill. Mutiris with the bad timing. Looking at the hut entrance. Shalfie. This is like one of those 007 numbers, and Shalfie managed to infiltrate. He's gonna find it. He needs to see the sliver of gun. He needs to see the shadow. He needs anything. Mutiris is gonna slowly make his way down. He's gonna lose the bomb. 1 versus 1. Is he gonna be aware? He is!
Oh my god!
Perfect flick, sprayed down with an A1, and Shalfie gets it for 9 Pandas after what was one of the most comical 20 seconds of Counter-Strike we've seen in a long time.
Oh no, Mutiris might be convinced that that Shalfei was just waiting in that vent position for the entire round just to wreck the dreams of sAw. 2 1v1s, both at the top and the bottom bomb site. Roman wins his, but it is going to be a 1 versus 2 from Shalfei, which, I mean, this half has been ridiculous. And if it ends up being 6-6, I won't be surprised. But Diledas has the alligator.
Both teams with economy.
There you go.
Crisis.
It's
Gets
1.
the first kill. Now Glowing, just rushing in with the MP9, gets 2 kills, but Agile and Materia still have something to say in this round, as it is balanced. He's gonna get the easy AWP kill. Agile was not expecting a radio player with the big green, and now the second in the bag for it is balanced. 7-5, the scoreline we were praying for. Now Can they manage to get the pistols and carry it over the momentum into the second half? We'll find out after a short break. The action resumes for what very well could be the last half of this ESL Challenger League for either of these two sides. Sheep, sAw versus 9 Pandas. Let's see if sAw can break the curse and win the first CT pistols of this series.
Yeah, a trend that doesn't really work with in their favor, but there is going to be quite a bit of a push that's not going to be expected. Let's see if they can find more than one here. Roman close range. This might actually be the first CT round as it's 3 unanswered. Delayed is just finding the one. Looking for the bomb plant, hoping to get the bomb plant. 1v4 maybe.
Spots 2 of them, has to go for the reload, but Story in the hut will be the surprise element coming in at the right moment. Ujurks and Story teaming up to get the kill, and they've done it. They've broken the curse. Now, the second question is, can they win back-to-back rounds after winning a pistol round?
No bomb plant either, right? So there isn't that extra influx of cash. So if you go for force and maybe like a pretty wonky Mac 10 buy, or maybe some Tech 9s, but they're gonna go for the nade smoke on the result. That's gonna be a vent drop if I've ever seen one. Let's see how effective it will be. That's gonna be the nade, and that's the smoke. And no one's dropping vents, so never mind.
Interesting attempt there of preempting that, but the Mac 10s, MP9s are all cleaning house right now. Ujurks getting one with the A4, A1 as well. It is balanced with the Zeus. Yeah, I mean, you know why it didn't happen, Sheep, is because you were too excited for it to happen. You gotta be, you
I
gotta be
gotta be
distant.
nonchalant.
Exactly. You're like, no, it's never happening. And then when you don't believe, that's when the power of gods, Zeus comes in to the player handling the Zeus, and the electricity connects.
Right, I'll be more nonchalant next time there's a Zeus in the server. I'll just say like, oh, there's a Zeus. I don't care, I don't care. It's whatever,
Well, let's see. Breaking the door right away.
Yeah, and
What is this jump coming in? MP9 in front of the AK-47, and Roman actually gets the kill as result falters in front of what was probably a massive jump scare.
One of the more goofy frags I've seen, going up and down on the ladder instead of left to right. Still having that jiggle peak muscle memory in him. But it's gonna be Story dropping down. Story's shift has sort of been like he's clocked out, right?
Story swings around and lines
God,
them up perfect. He doesn't matter, shift or no, he's got the left mouse click and gets the kills. All the time glowing, finds an opening outside, but it might be slightly clear. This balance is also getting caught by surprise. Story is not, I mean, it's just not stopping. He's incredible. Getting 3 kills and putting an end to this first gun round of the second half.
That Story's turning into a Roman. And Story getting a 4th right as I mentioned. Like, oh, he's had a slow game on the T side. He drops a 4K on a dime against the full buy. That round net lasted nearly as long as when they had just the Glocks. Let's have a look back at this funky business. And then Story mowing down 2. This is, oh my god. It's looking dangerous for 9 Pandas now. We flipped the script. All of a sudden, we're worrying for the Pandas. Live here on Nuke. It's 17 on the board for you, Jerks. He really has put in the afterburner.
Bit of a half-buy attempt here from the Pandas. So we've seen a lot of successful rounds with Tech-9s, but not if Materius can have his way. Starting off the round with FAMAS kill. Nice flash, smoke. Story will have to let the players just cross. One bullet will not connect. That was actually quite late. And now Materius is here with the FAMAS. 3 players coming into the smoke.
Nice.
Tags a couple of legs, so not sufficient as Utrecht, though. Yeah, nobody's gonna expect him here. He's not controlling the sprint. The bomb's going down. Okay, fake plan, and he does fall, but Story is here, lines them up. Gets double kill with the AWP. HE for the 3rd and the 4th. Switching to everything. 50-50. He wants to get a kill with every single gun he has today. And he basically does.
That Utrecht missed spray kind of scared the living crap out of me, but we continue with a great win with Story. 7 kills in 2 rounds. He instantly has equalized with his teammates. Has even overtaken Roman in 2 rounds. And even in a round where seemingly 2 gunfights go very wrong for sAw, they still managed to, I'd say, decently convincingly win the round.
Yeah, absolutely.
Outside smokes again.
It wasn't the cleanest thing ever, but they are doing this. Yeah, they're doing this. I mean, it's as obvious as it is, and 9 Pandas really need to get going, and they need to get going now, because if they lose another round, they will have to eco, and you can easily get out of your control.
The outside control taken from sAw. We are leaving ramp a bit open, and Glowing even finding a kill outside there. That means the highway is finished. Highway's open. And straight to the B bomb site they go.
Agile.
4 versus 4 retake attempt. This is exciting, Vexen. Is it
Story?
a retake?
Yeah, I think Story is just trying to find a different angle to begin this attempt. There are a lot of smokes currently already deployed, but they will dissipate in a matter of moments, and that's when sAw will start getting in on the action. As we say that, Story is not getting in on the action. He just went to get his op back, so never mind. The Story does not continue this round, as they're all saving. And 9 Pandas will be happy to get this one. Agile, okay. Going to maybe attempt a ninja defuse, and now Mutiris is going to find a couple of easy kills. Roman by his side as well. Nobody is getting out alive, as Result will get finally obliterated.
Nicely done.
And sometimes that's the best way of approaching a game. Like, you know what? Let's let them give them a round, but let's take everything away from them.
Yeah, know when you are beaten. There's absolutely nothing. You can get AKs, but there'd be maximum a single flashbang, maybe one smoke grenade. You're gonna be put in a very difficult corner here for 9 Pandas. Like, yeah, the bell rung and you did gain one round, but it's kind of bittersweet, that round win.
That's where they're calling the tactical timeout, because they realized it cost them almost everything they had to get one on the board, and they will have to reinvest. They cannot allow sAw to hit 10 before they do, so it's gonna be Galil galore.
Oh, baby. All just to get some util out. Let's see if 9 Pandas have something cooked up here after the timeout. We haven't seen the full A-pop play yet. From the 9 Pandas, and there's a chance that they are lining up for it right now. It's not going to be as fast. No exit out of hut. Really, Roman. Oh, good position.
Roman gets flashed. It's going to allow Result to get on side, but Mutiris finds the opening. Agile with the second, and this is the story of CT side Nuke time and time again. That's why we talk about how important it is to get more rounds on the CT side. Stories there. Glowing does find one across the map, but Mutiris finds the kill. Nice Galil usage there. They're trying to boost up. I don't know what I'm watching, but it's not the right approach, as Ujers gets the first, and now it is 1 versus 3. Gets one, but yeah, shut down. And now, no more money.
No money at all. sAw the first to get to double digits, also for the first time in this series. And this is looking like we've had the turning point, and sAw are looking to end. The bottom seeded 9 Pandas, the last to qualify for these playoffs, might have their last couple of rounds here by the hands of sAw. Desperate situations, and we haven't seen 9 Panda in these situations that often. They're gonna go for the Tech 9s. Very effective with the lighter weaponry on the CT side. Yes, they were, but they need to bring it here. And a lot of the side takes have, like, felt a bit flat on the T side from 9 Pandas.
This was worrying. Top 6 guaranteed for 9 Pandas. Might be the end of the road for them at this ESL Challenger League this time around. They want more, but Tech 9s is all they have for now. We might be looking at 11-4, 3-round deficit at the end of this one.
That makes it so difficult to stomach any sort of energy for the rest of the half. For 9 Pandas, you're gonna need to win so many T-side rounds in a row, and you won a single one, then you lose everything, which means winning that one kind of destroyed you. And they're gonna need to be so fierce. It's gonna be the A-pop molly for Roman on Ida's balance. I'm gonna stay waiting, hoping someone goes aggressive. An off angle placed by Agile. That's gonna be it. Now they're gonna go Waxen. Let's see this.
Here we go. Roman finds one, but going right away with the trade of the Take 9. Did someone drop down? I believe they might have. Mutiris has to go on their tail, but look at that. They're already encountering this. Diledis wants to get on side, but Ujers is there with his 18 kills, looking to get his 19th and potentially 20th here. Diledis falls on the flank. Mutiris is there, shooting him in the back, glowing. Okay, does make noise. The voice position, and Agile is lining them up one by one. You can't expect him to be there. That's your base. That's where you coming from as glowing. Shut down again, and like we predicted, 3-round deficit.
And even scarier, yeah, 9 Pandas will have to win 3 rounds in a row, but all of them will have to be against full buys. Look at the money that sAw is sitting on their CT side of Nuke, proving yet again that maybe that Anubis was the crux of this entire best of 3, because once you get to Nuke, sAw just feels so much more comfortable. Full buy versus full buy 9 Pandas. I think this is their last chance. This is their final opportunity to fight back. Let's see what they can bring to the table here, Waxon. I'm uncertain if it will be anything to write home about. Result already down to 20 HP.
Complete shutdown for Result. One of the most impressive players for 9 Pandas on Anubis right now cannot really find his footing. So it's Shalfie with 7 of his own, making his way past main. This is a good position if he can catch someone by surprise. Story's not aware. Shalfie opens up the map now. He could get shot in the back of the head. That's what happens as Story holds it with the AWP. The action continues. Molly's thrown. A lot of utility being traded in ramp.
Future's looking for more, lining up both. 20 in 12. He is the man for sAw on Nuke this time around. Glowing, hoping to maybe find something, anything, but a 1 versus 4 certainly is not in there. Having a knife out, sAw, map, and series points.
I want to remind everybody watching right now, 9 Pandas was up 12-3 on Anubis. That means they had 3 map points, 3 match points, 3 chances of winning just 1 and making it to the top 4. But sadly, they lost that one. The OT didn't go in their favor, and right now they are faltering versus sAw, which we predicted would win this one, Sheep, but we didn't think it's going to be such a hard-fought battle for them.
No, I certainly did not expect 9 Pandas to come at the gate swinging. I certainly did not expect sAw disappearing on the first half of Dust2 and the first half of Anubis. But there's one spot sAw will never disappear, and that's on Nuke. They are one of the better teams in the world on this map, and they are still showing it, even with the change-up. Agile showing just fine numbers, a bit more than fine, 16 and 11. Arcadia player to watch certainly has shown up, and this might be the final round. And looking at the buy, pretty much a guarantee, isn't it?
I wouldn't count our eggs quite yet. There's been so many rounds we called this way in this entire series, and they went the other way.
That's
but
true.
It will have to be a monumental effort from 9 Pandas. Still, a respectable top 6 finish would be great for them, but they still want more, and that's why they're heading outside of Nuke with Glowing. Behind the smokes, they're gonna dissipate, and Agile instant headshot to resolve. The second one goes for Roman, but it is balancing. Shalfie finds some of their own. Are they gonna expect Mutiris here? They are not checking the corner. That's the first one pass. That's the second, and lines them up, and it's now Glowing 1 versus 3. Has to find Mutiris, and he will. 50 seconds on the clock. Glowing full HP. Would love to make this one happen. He could be the Kickstarter of the comeback for 9 Pandas.
And what a way to lose your first opportunity at a map. Glowing just goes away of the angle. The op has the sideline, and it's Story to close the book. sAw will convincingly in the end take Nuke, and that is them eliminating the bottom seed. sAw will continue to fight for ESL Pro League in what was a battle over 3 maps, and oh my goodness, what a recovery. And I think that's all we can say to praise sAw here.